Hi everyone, so here again, just putting down my first layer. I found my roller. Everybody, I was stressing on my last video, my roller had disappeared and you know how it is. So here's a nice colour base to start with. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. So here's a nice smooth surface coming up. Plenty of paint on here. I'm just going to get a sheet of paper that's spare because I want to be able to roll this out, my roller out onto it so that I can reuse it for another colour. So if you hear me rolling at the side, that's all that I'm doing. I've got this beautiful stencil today. It's very fitting to what I'm doing, so I'm going to place this on. I'm going to place it on up here, like so. And then I'm going to rub this beautiful pink over the top, give it a lovely coverage. So it's going to send it a lovely lilac colour, which is what I'm after. And spread it right across. This is an A4 size jelly plate, and just going to rolling off my colour. Just onto this spare paper just outside. In fact, I'll do it here where you can see. It's just cleaning my brush up, and whenever you get a plate piece, it's good because it always ends up as something good. Never gets wasted. Okay, so from that, I'm just going to peel off my stencil. And I'm going to take my concertina book and I'm going to place it down on top, like so. And give it a good press. I can use my roller on the back of this one, on this side, just to get the plain bit here. Or I can even use it on the front of this and apply a bit of pressure. And then I'm going to lift it off. And there we have the start. Lovely start there. Okay, now I'm going to apply a different stencil. This one, I used this the other day actually, at an angle. I really liked it. So remember, the first colour that I put down is the first colour that you're going to see on the side of your sketchbook. The idea is to keep colouring the sketchbook with these lovely colours. And yes, well, I'm going to add a little bit of white to this now. Bit of contrast, bit of different colour. That's making the blue turn a little pale, which is nice. A little bit more here. Down here in this corner, and I might put a little bit of extra plain pink at the top, joining that up, and down here I'm going to roller that off. Cleans my roller, you see. Okay, I'm going to peel off my stencil. Okay, bring my book over again. It's not easy, this isn't, but it's very effective. Place it down again and rubbing it on. Roll it on. You could, if you wanted, you rub your roller on the back or the top of your book, and at the same time it's going to decorate your book. The reason why I'm not doing that at the moment is because I want to handle my book. I might do this afterwards at some point, but I think at the moment I'm just going to leave it as it is. But instead of rolling off onto the paper, like this, it might be a nice idea to do it all over the back of your book, and then you've decorated your book, and then you can go back into it. You've given yourself a nice background. It's okay, so I'm going to peel this back again, twisting my hands over here, and it's brought in some white there. Okay, I'm going to place this back down. It's brought in the crisscrossers in different places. I'm going to add some contrast now. So what I'm going to do that is get some black, and I'm going to put this on with my brush rather than my roller at first, and pick another stencil. I've got a lot of stencils here. Let's have some circles because it'll make a nice difference. Let's pop them in the middle there where it was a little bit bland. So I'm going to place it on like this to start, just to get the paint on there, and then I'm going to roller it in. Sorry if it's making the camera wobble a bit, it's because my camera is actually attached to the table. I'm just getting rid of some of this black onto here. It's better. Place it to one side and lift this up now. Look at those beautiful circles underneath there. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, getting hold of my book, and once again placing it down. I'm going to place it down on this side here now, because this was where there was a big gap. Oh, rub it in, press on it hard. You can put it in different places wherever you want on your book. So I'm going to do a bit there, can you see? And I'm going to use some of this pink and pop it here. Can you see how this is starting to fill out? It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely love doing this. I'm putting it in this corner now. At the moment, because I'm at the beginning of the book, it's quite difficult to do. But when you get into it, let's pop that on one side. The more pages that you do, the better it gets. Okay, I'm going to smudge some of this out now. Okay, some more of this lovely pink. Get it in there. On the top. What a beautiful colour. So lovely. Okay, now I'm just going to get that off there again. You need to get used to getting it off of your roller, because if you don't, the colours are just all going to mix. And place that down the opposite way around. Have some little squares this time. Perhaps pop these. Well, it doesn't matter where I put them. It depends where I put the book that's the most important. So I'm pushing this through. Taking it off. Just getting it off my roller. Now peeling this off. Leaves the indentation, you see, and it's the indentation that we need. So I've got a nice big gap here on this side, so I'm going to make the use of that. So I'm pressing it down as hard as I can. And lifting it up. And can you see? So that's the first 2 pages done. If I want to move on now, try a little different back to the blue. Right, so this is how you can use this just as the sky now. Let me get rid of the print again. Off the roller. Just use some just the top end of a paintbrush, just to give it a little bit of a different look. Okay, and you might want some nice big leaves going on here. And over here. If you feel like it's drying out a bit, just squirt a bit of water on. Won't do it any harm. That will give you another effect. Right, so I'm going to open up my concertina book a little bit more. I'm going on to the next 2 pages. But be careful, because you need to keep this open as well. Down where you're pressing. And press down. Gently does it. This is the back of my book, don't forget. The back of my concertina book. It's a nice way to work. Here we go, that's moved on. Beautiful, loving it. Loving that print. See if you can see it. Still all running down so you can manoeuvre it. Beautiful effects. A nice quick way to fill up your concertina book, and different ways as well. It makes it effective, and you can move this paint around. You can do what you want with it now. You know, you can rub through it, you can pull it across, you can try and keep the paint out of the, or at least wipe it out of the creases, because it weakens your book. But don't panic that if you do, I'm just drawing all over this now, back of my brush. But if you do happen to weaken it or it comes apart, don't panic and think, oh, you have ruined my book, because you haven't. All you need to do is to use some masking tape if you do, and then all that you need to just do is to pop it in, pop it on when it's dry on both sides, and tuck it down, and then you can even glue it down if you need to. You can use tacky glue, is really good. It's very permanent and very, very strong. A lot of crafters use it for sticking on buttons and things. But once it's on, it's on. So if you don't want to risk just the tape on its own, you can just use masking tape. And then you can just, of course, just carry on as you are doing and place it over the top. Okay, so I need something down this side now. So something I need a completely contrast of colour. And take it from there. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to soak up a little bit. I'm just going to soak up a little bit of this print paper. This is the back of the old one that I did on the last video. It's just because I don't want to waste the paper, you see. There we are. You see? But I want a stencil and a colour now that's going to stand out. So I'm just having a look through my stencils at the side. Just show you. I've got a lot of stencils, look. I just bought them all off of Amazon. You get a pack full of stencils off of Amazon, and they're so, so cheap. They're so cheap. Right, this is one of my favourite stencils here. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put on with this bright pink while I'm going with that colour. So rubbing it all on again. And I might add a little bit of yellow at the bottom, which will turn it, you know, a good orange, but it's gonna, again, it gives it contrast. Look at that around the edge, absolutely gorgeous. Just rubbing this off again. This is coming along quite nicely now. Okay, and now I'm going to place on my stencil. I'm going to have a bit of that orange in the bottom, I think, so it looks a bit rainbowy. Place it on the top, just rub over it, hold it down nice and firm, just rub over it. I'm pressing on quite hard now because I want this to indent into the colour. And then I'm going to peel this off on the corner. I'm going to pop this corner onto here. And then lift it up. It's coming down that side now, can you see? I'm going to turn it a little bit. Press down hard. There's the contrast, completely different. Yeah. So I'm just going to move this jelly plate over a little bit. And while I've still got a little bit of paint on there, I'm going to use it. I don't like to waste the paint. Paint is expensive these days. And, you know, you want to get as many of collage papers and everything out of this as you can, while you can. I'm going to place this on the back of another one that I did yesterday. Just place it down there. Just rub this off my roller. You get the idea. It's such fun. You could go on and on and on. But in your concertina book, I'll show you in a minute, that's just drying a little bit. I'm just going to leave it. Alright, so I'm going to rub this now. This is a very faint colour, so if you're wanting it to be looking a bit more calm and not so in your face, ideal for a background, absolutely ideal, because you're not... There. Can you see? That's beautiful. If you went round that now with a black ink pen round some of these marks and in between, you could really make these stand out. They're so pretty, so pretty. Okay, so you get the idea. So I'm going to move my jelly plate to one side so I can show you. So this is what we've done just now. And this is just the beginning of the concertina book. I'd probably have it this way round. Bearing in mind this is just like the start of a concertina book. A nice way to start. Nice way to fill a sketchbook. Nice way to have a go. Yeah, don't, you know, there's all these pages. And this is so, you know, you can look at these now. And this is how I start off with my stories. You know, you look, if you stand this up and let it dry. And what I do is I look and I watch to see what I can see inside this set of papers. Like I have here 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all very different, but they've got a similar colour running all the way through. So I would probably stick to this colour palette all the way through the concertina book now. And I love in the blue and how this pink has like set into this. You know, it's very rich but it's at the same time it's calm. This has a calm feel about it all around here. I like that area. Remember, if you remember how that you've done this and there's an area that you like, then do more like that. If there's an area that you're not too keen on, I like this, but it's a bit too busy with the colours. So if I'd have put some more white in, which I still can do, you know, it's going to add to it. In fact, you know, and then you're looking at this part here. I like this part here. To me, this is the part, I can use this as part of a building. I can see the building down this side. It's quite difficult to show you on the camera, especially, can you see this? So it's quite nice to be able to see this on the side and down the side. That there's a bit of a building there. Don't forget, you can always go back in and you can simplify, or you can join together more. You know, you can move them across on the actual creases, which will make it more interesting. I've just done them separate here just to show you. So I hope you like the video. If you found this interesting and you'd like to see more videos like this, then please like and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell down below, and that will notify you then when I bring out another video. This particular video was about jelly plates, but instead of being on collage papers, it was jelly plate inside my concertina book. Okay, bye for now, and I'll talk to you all soon.